So good afternoon everyone, my name is ALEXYSSE TOLERO and today I'm going to discuss to you about the differentiated curriculum, or also known as differentiated instruction. So what is differentiated curriculum? It is the process to approach teaching and learning for students of different abilities in the same class. Another, it is used to recognize students with varying backgrounds, knowledge, readiness, language, and also preferences in learning, interests, and to react responsively. Third is, this is to maximize each student's growth and individual success by meeting each student and wherein he or she is assisted in the learning process. Lastly, differentiated curriculum is the process of modifying or adapting the curriculum according to the different ability levels of the learners in the classroom. This is a strategy that teachers can use with a view to provide meaningful learning experiences for all learners. So the curriculum that is being taught varies differently. It depends on the interest or in the student's.
Okay, so let's go now to the 4 elements of differentiated instruction or curriculum.
Good day to each and everyone. I'm LORRAINE UD-ULON, and for today, I'm going to discuss the different elements in differentiated curriculum. So number 1, we have content. So by the way, what is content? Content is what the students need to learn or how the student will get access to the information. This term also refers to the body of knowledge and information that the teachers teach, and these are the things that the students expect to learn in given subjects. Example, in mathematics. In mathematics, it tackles adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing numbers. Aside from that, it tackles the fractions and ratio. We have also the subject science. So science discusses about the universe and beyond. It also tackles about the different parts of humans. So here we have 4 examples presented. Number 1, using reading materials at varying readability levels. Putting text materials on tape, using spelling or vocabulary list at readiness levels of students. And the last is meeting with small groups to reteach an idea or skill for struggling students. These examples presented are examples on how students will get access to the information. So with the help of this, students will catch up or will already know what is the teacher is talking about or what is their topic all about. Next, we have process. So in process, it says that it is an activity is we have So next element, we have process. So what is process? Process as activities in which the student engages in order to make sense or master the content. So it focuses in improving students' learning skills. So examples, providing interest centers, developing personal agenda, offering manipulatives or other hands-on supports, and varying the length of time a student may to complete a task. So in process, it considers the students.
Again, good day everyone. I am Jaivilyn CHON and I will be tackle 2 out of 4 elements of differentiated curriculum, which is the product and the learning environment. Okay, let's start with the product. Product refers for any culminating activities or project that asks the learners to extend, apply, and rehearse what he or she have learned in a unit. It means that the product shows what the learners understand and develop at the end of the discussion. It also serves as an evidence of their learning as well as in assessing the content of the topic. What are those products? This might be their exams, reports, performance tasks, activities, or any activities that can support to the subject that are being taught. Remember that product is a massive help in terms of constructing the active participation of the students. Okay? The role of the teacher in these elements is to give activities to the students and identify if there any concept of development of the students. For example, we can give multiple options or choices to the students. In this way, they can be able to express themselves. We can also use rubrics since it helps the students to clarify the quality of their work should be done. We can allow students to work alone or engage in group activities. As a teacher, we need to engage our students to have social interaction to develop their social skills. We can also encourage students to do their own assignment. In this way, they can be able to enhance their knowledge as well as their comprehension skills. In order to meet the full capability of the student, we must use the product appropriately and accurately, right? And now, let's proceed to the last element, which is the learning environment. And when we say learning environment, it's all about the classroom and how it feels. The learning environment had a huge impact on the teaching learning process. Therefore, we need to make sure that the classroom is clean and nice in order to avoid any components of distraction. The physical materials such as textbooks and books should be appropriate, and implementing guidelines in the classroom is a must for learners and teachers to know what they need to do, as well as in minimizing mistake. We can use flexible seating arrangement to allow students to work at their own pace. In this way, we can be able to reach the full potential of the students. Remember that the learning environment is a huge factor. Therefore, we need to be aware what is happening inside and outside the classroom. That's it, okay? That's the end of the discussion regarding to the 4 elements. What are those? We have the content, the process, the product, and the learning environment.
I am Jaivilyn and my part in this presentation is to discuss what are those under the differentiated instruction or known as curriculum. So, okay, let's start. So, under differentiated instruction, first one is the student-centered. When we say student-centered, it is more on the students, because in student-centered, teachers encourages their students more to be interactive and to be more participative. Second, it is for all students. It is also flexible and varied because it excites the students to uncover the deeper layers of their learning. Okay, so we have the fourth one. It is rooted in assessment. In a differentiated classroom, assessment is no longer predominantly something that happens at the end of a unit to determine who got it. Diagnostic pre-assessment routinely takes place as a unit begins. Throughout the unit, the teacher assesses students' developing readiness levels, interests, and approaches to learning, and then design learning experiences based on the latest, best understanding of students' needs. Culminating products or other means of final or summative assessments take many forms with the goal of finding a way for each student to most successfully share what he or she has learned over the course of the unit. So fifth one, we have it is also proactive. In a differentiated classroom, the teacher assumes that different learners have different needs and proactively plans lessons that provide a variety of ways to get at and express learning. The teacher may still need to fine-tune instruction for some learners, but because the teacher knows the varied learner needs within the classroom and selects learning options accordingly, the chances are greater that these experiences will be an appropriate fit for most learners. Effective differentiation is typically designed to be robust enough to engage and challenge the full range of learners in the classroom. Nonetheless, let's go to the other circle. It is not differentiated if it's cost free. Why isn't Isn't it differentiated instruction not cost-free? Because in differentiated instruction, you will need to use all new material. Differentiate is also not just about learning. It's also unmanageable and under discipline, modifying the instruction up or down in the difficulty. It is not class-centered as it is for all students, like mentioned earlier before, and is mainly for students without learning problems. Lastly, it is fact-based where learning is alone. So that's all for the differentiated instruction or curriculum. I hope and we hope you learned something from the video. We are your reporters, Angeline Udchon, Alexis Telado, Lorraine UD-ULON, and yours truly, Jaivilyn Telado. This is Group 9, and thank you for listening. God bless.